Hey, we're back again. It's the same day. It's still November 8th because I did double videos today because of the limited edition It's Nobody's Business MAC palette. So we're going to pair two palettes and I'm excited about it. Fenty Brow Pencil, Fenty Primer and Foundation 335. And I think I'm going to put concealer on later. In person, my mustache area is looking real disrespectful, but I don't think it's really that bad in video. Like, I don't know. Lower lash line and inner rims, upper and lower. We have Sephora 12-hour retractable eyeliner, and this is shade 04 Matte Terracotta. So not only are we picking random chapsticks, not so random eyeliners that I pick, and I did pick a random blush. We're going to use this makeup, y'all. And I sat and looked at things and put what we're going to pair with what. We're using all of this makeup. We're using this stuff. So this is Sugar Cookie Chapstick, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to pair. And I got a lot of compliments on that look, y'all. That silver glam look. And because I went to the same place that I went to a few days ago, I saw some of the same people and they were like, oh, you're playing with your eye makeup again. It looks nice. And I'm like, thank you. Trolls are cute, y'all. So what we're going to pair today, my first time pairing these, period. And so I'm excited. No lab coat. You see where I'm at. I'm not home. My lab coat is not here. We're going to pair Pat McGrath, the golden one in the Star Wars collection. Let me see. We're going to use this shade, which is Gold Etiquette, on the first portion of the lid. We're going to take, I curse on my channel sometimes. I didn't do the intro yet because that's where I say that at. This shade, Cyborg Relations, is going to go on the second quarter of the lid. So we're going inward, outward, light to dark. Then we're going to take Martine Cosmetics Petite Tchoin, which means little whore or little slut. We're going to take this and let me look at my notes, make sure I'm right. We're going to take Monique, which in the pen looks similar to that second quarter lid shade that we're going to use. And then we're going to take Janine, this shade here, and this is going to go on the fourth quarter of the lid. And we're going to take Teresa, this shade here, as our transition shade. We already have the liner underneath. And then we're going to take Martine, which is this shade in the center for lower lash line. And because I feel like being funky, and y'all know I keep saying I want to use it, so I'm going to use it. The orange. Nightmare Before Christmas, Mel Cosmetics gel liner. And let me tell y'all something. I still have all those brushes from the Nobody's Business look to wash. So now I'm going to have these brushes. And so I'm glad that I did bring some extra brushes because we using our stuff. Okay, let's get to priming. And yeah, let's get started. So hello, welcome. If you're new here, Fenty eyeshadow primer. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, just enjoying your channel, enjoying the videos that you do, knowing it's okay to be yourself regardless of what other people may say. Child, you wacky, how you do videos, you goofy, you too serious, you think too much, you analyze things too much, you always asking questions. Be yourself and own it. I'll be like, yeah, I ask questions. Yes, I'm wacky. Yes, I'm goofy. I have my serious moments. But you know what? It is fun just being like whatevs. You know what I mean? And so also the troll part of the crazy troll nation is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Watching beauty related content, we may feel like we need to use that brand. We have to have that palette. We have to have that tool. We have to use that technique. If you're trying to recreate a look, okay, go for it. But just for like regular everyday, y'all just do your thing and just rock it and own it. Because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Listen, love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That's what the Crazy Troll Nation stands for. Wearing what you want to or not wearing anything at all, loving yourself for who you are and just rocking it. That's the Crazy Troll Nation. If you're proud to be a troll, put a hands up emoji down below. Yes. And if you want to be an official member of the Crazy Troll Nation fam, there is a link to click to see what the perks are. And if it's worth it to you, I would love to have you be official. And if not, just continue hanging out. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and all of that. And my message is always the same. My intro is the same. There was a time when I stopped doing the intro because I felt it was redundant. And I got a lot of comments saying we miss it. That's like our daily affirmation. We need to hear that. And so now every video I do the intro. And so that is that. What am I doing? I don't know. So, so thank you for being here. Oh, also, if you're new here, I do curse on my channel sometimes because I curse and you already heard me say something. I try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not going to call out the shade names anymore. I'm just going to look on my paper, making sure I'm putting stuff where I said I was going to put them. And putting away the chapstick I used earlier because, as I said, we are going to rotate the chapsticks. I bought one for every look we're going to do as if we were home. And I got 5 blushes. We're going to rotate through the blushes. And so as I use them, they're going to be put away. And as I use the palettes, I'm going to put them away. And I'm excited because I was thinking, am I going to use this stuff? Yeah. So this shade right here, first portion of the lid. Oh, okay. I picked up with the brush and tapped off. Y'all see all them flakes? It's a smooth shadow though. I think I'm just being aggressive because I'm excited. It is so dark down here. But you know what? There's a mirror in here, but because the mirror, I'm holding it down, it is still dark. So I'm gonna just use the mirror that I have sitting on top of my eSIM storage case. Maybe if I raise it higher, it would get more light, but there's just, I took this over too far, but there's just this one desk lamp. If it was one like over here too, that like on the desk right here, that would be perfect because then you can have light on both sides and it might light. I did not want to take that over that far. I'm just really excited and because I never, fell out on my face. Felt the chunk, at least it ain't go on my eye. I never paired Pat with anything other than Pat. And I haven't used Petite Tchoin in a while. And I thought I would just pick it for like a shade here, a shade there if I wanted to deepen it. And I'm looking at this stuff like, we're going to use it. We're going to figure out how we're going to use it. And it's going to look nice and we're going to rock it. And so that's what we're doing. So that shade is there. We're going to put that brush down. I can't even tell. I got flakes in my lower lashes. Shit. Okay, give me a second. A moment. These are my lipstick applicators because I'm seeing flakes and I want to get it out of like my tear duct area. So I'm wiping it on my microfiber cloth. Yeah, we're going to do concealer something later. Now we're going to take this shade here on the end and we're going to, now this is supposed to go the second quarter of the lid, so that's supposed to go right here. That first shade I took over way too far. I didn't tap off this time because I wanted to get it on and smear it. Sometimes you just gotta smear it. I am digging what that Wet Effect shade did to that last look. That just like amped it up. Now imagine if I would have did that with a sponge tip applicator with that shade versus a dry brush. Okay. And no, I didn't bring any sponge tip applicators because I'm like, I don't have, y'all, so if you saw the live, you saw all the stuff I was bringing. And I started to bring some and I'm like, you know what? No, just stop. Just take your little extra pack because these were leftovers in storage. In my Fenty 10 from the Gloss Bomb collection eons ago. I said, just take that and call it a day. Like, stop trying to pack more and more and more stuff. This is nice. We're going to put that brush down. We're done with this quint. I am excited that we're using this stuff. I'm hoping when I change rooms tomorrow and my roommate is here, I'm already trying to think about timing, because even if I get up earlier than we need to, like I'm sitting here talking, doing a video, and if she's sleeping, that would be disrespectful and I wouldn't want to do that. So I'm already trying to think. I just smeared it. So I'm already trying to think of how I'm gonna do videos, because my videos are like 40 minutes. We're going to go into this palette. What shade are we taking? this shade right here. And I do think it's going to look like this one, but we're going to see. If this looks the same, y'all, I don't think it's going to be as shiny. I do think it's a little bit darker. We're about to find out. It does look nice with it though. So this is, I'm putting it right here and I'm packing it because I just want to see, is it the same shade? And it does look like it's the same shade. So we're going to overlap it this way. It's a little bit deeper, but this way it looks exactly the same. This way it looks the same, but when you turn, you see it's dark. But how do we know the other one wouldn't look like that? Would not have looked like that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't used this palette in a long time and I really like it. I like Martine Cosmetics formula. You know what? I'm gonna say it depends because Moolah Bank, it was a learning curve for me to work with the shimmers in Moolah Bank because they were different than the ones in 669 and the ones in Mission XXX. But once I got the hang of it, you know, it was good. They worked fine, but it was a learning curve because at first I'm like, okay, these are, you know what, they were thin. That's the word, they were thin. Whereas I'm used to like a thicker shadow and it's creamy or it just packs on really well. The formula was very thin and so it made it very flaky. It was a very, I want to say light, but not light in color, light in texture. And so, but that's what it was with those shadows. But once I got the hang of it and I learned to just like pack and just press, yeah, I really liked it. This is nice. We're gonna put that brush down. Y'all, I'm killing it here. Now we're gonna take, is that the right shade? Yeah. Now we're gonna take this one, 4th quarter, the lid. I know I had said before, no shadow, that I don't always know why. Sometimes I go dark to light, outward, inward, and other times I go inward, outward, light to dark. And I realized doing this look is because if I want the shimmers to stick to the lid, I'm going to put those down first. Because when I overlap, I'm overlapping a shadow on top of another shadow. So if I want to know for sure that the shade is going to stick, I start with the shimmers on the inner corner. And that's not to say like if it was a halo eye, you know, you still can't start that way. And so this is just me like processing why I do my shadow different ways. And that was the answer that I came up with. I'm liking how this is coming out. I'm liking taking my brows down further. I'm liking that it's on kind of like an angle. The only thing is like right here, it looks like it hooks down, but that's just the shape of my eye and it goes into my crease. Well, not my crease, but my wrinkles. And so I'm liking this. These all work so well. Did you hear that in my throat? Actually, that was in my chest, like down here. I did just eat the other half of my sandwich. I know I mentioned when I did this Nobody's Business, I stopped at Wawa and got a sub. I always get a classic, and I asked them to wrap each half separately, and so half will be lunch and half is dinner. So when I came back from the Playhouse, I ate the other half of my sandwich. I think the shapes are close enough. I don't want to mess it up, but we're going to just take a little bit here, because I have like an indentation here that sometimes it looks like there's a patch. And so, y'all, look at this. I definitely need my transition shade, I think, because you can see the bare from the primer, the bare skin from the primer on both sides. But as far as the shape though, we are killing it. Shame I ain't going nowhere. When I came back from the Playhouse, I ate the other half of my sandwich and I washed my face off. The water here is different than the water at home because I washed my face and dried it. My skin felt super dry and it never feels like that at home. So I put on under eye serum and just moisturizer because after this I'm gonna take it off and wash all these brushes and edit It's Nobody's Business and edit this look. And oh, the upload speed here is a whole lot faster than at home. It's like an hour for like a 40-minute video. So my goal is, let me keep moving. We're gonna take, what? Wait a minute. Okay, this shade as a transition shade. And so my goal is to do the video and edit. And I have been editing the same day that I record at home, but because it uploads so quick, I can also go ahead and schedule it. So by the time I get back home, all of these videos with all of these palettes will be scheduled and uploaded. I don't know when you're gonna see them, but it'll be done. I'm excited. It would be great if, well, that means I'm gonna have to wait to do the live and show you like what I used or what I didn't, but I don't know, but maybe I won't do that live, because if I actually do use everything, which I'm confident that I will, I won't need to do the live, because I'll be like, we used everything we took. Thank you for showing up for the live. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Excuse me, I am really liking this. I am liking this. We're still pressing this shade right here. Y'all, this palette is easy. So even though you can still see the differentiation in color, why does this side look like you can see a line? But then this side, everything is seamless up here. I don't know if it's the lighting. I say that a lot even at home. I'm like, I don't know if it's the lighting but it's blending better than earlier. It's nobody's business look. And I do really think that was a primer issue. So we're going to put that brush down. And we are going to take, we're going to take this shade in the middle, and that's going to go on lower lash line. And this is going to look really funky. I can't tell if it is not light enough. I'm trying to see about the fallout. It's a little bit, not much. So I'm thinking just to leave it. So we're going to take this center shade and we're going to press under here. This is really weird for me, like how I have my phone positioned, because at home I was getting used to, you know, where I need to look. So at least it looks like I'm looking in your direction and not, you know, way off in the space. But because of how I had to put my phone in the tripod, the phone is this way versus this way. And so by being this way and the lens is over here, me looking at what I'm doing is way over there. So I'm just saying all that to say I am aware that it looks like, what am I looking at? This is blown out further than I wanted it to. This is going to look funky with the orange, but funky in a good way. And it may tie in with this center shade. Well, those two shades, because they did kind of blend in. I'm excited about the orange. We're going to see. And sometimes we do funky things here. Funky being a good thing. Just trying something new. I want to try that orange. We're going to do the orange. Like, just do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And so, all right, we're going to put that brush down. We're going to go back to the brush that we used for our transition shade, not adding shadow on it, but we're just going to buff under here. This is down kind of far. This is down far. I realized too, looking earlier at that video, actually no, it was the classic autumn palette look number 1. Like this really was still showing up. And I'm pretty sure I know what it is, and I'm kind of not upset about it, but it's just like, dude, like really. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Eventually it'll go down, and I've been pushing on it to get it to come down and, you know, move the fluid that's in there so it could dissipate. I just messed this up right here. No shadow on this brush. This is the brush we use for our transition shade. Well, actually brown bone shade. See how that just buffed that out? A brush with no shadow on it, or whatever was left from the red, excuse me for sucking my teeth like that. The Inglot, sorry for poking you in the face with a brush. The Inglot number 79, the red gel liner, that would make me look like I had conjunctivitis, because this under here is making me look like I'm really tired and borderline sick. But because it's intentional, it's cool. So this is like that grungy type look that I like. So that is it for the palette. We've used 2 palettes from Star Wars, the golden one, and we used 1, 2, 3, 4 shades from Petite Tchoin. So we used 6 shades, y'all. We be packing on some shades, and that's why I put all them darn brushes. We're gonna take, actually, what is the name of this? And the name of this is Terrible Vision. We're gonna put this on, actually, instead of swirling it like I normally do, we're just gonna take the peak, because you see there's a peak in the middle. So we're just going to get it on here. I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like on me. This is the MAC 210. Oh my gosh, it is so dark down here. And these shadows, like, look at my lid. I do think this is gonna amp it up. Ooh. This might become one of my favorites, like that red, even though I don't use the red all the time, because like some looks I'm like, okay, that's not even troll worthy. But this is amping it up. Like, look, I'm so glad I got this. And when I saw that it was coming out, I'm like, I'm getting it. I said, I'm gonna wait. And when Sephora had their sale, I purchased it. Look at, and it doesn't look crazy. And even if it did, we was gonna own it, because I had told you I was gonna be funky, but in a good way. But it ain't even funky. It ain't even funky. Like, it's cute. I cannot. It is hard to see. I was gonna say I cannot see down here, but I can. But it's just dark. So I'm like, where's my lash line? And I don't wanna do a thick line. This brush helps me do the thinnest line I've ever been able to do on my upper lash line, and so I don't want to mess it up. And I did start to bring the other two, but these dry quick because they're so thin. But because like right now, half of my brushes that I brung are dirty, and so I'm hoping that they dry fast. And one thing about this room, it heats up quick and it also gets cold quick depending on what the thermostat is on. And so I need to put it in a warm spot, because that'll help them dry faster versus, you know, under the air vent or something where it's going to be cool air blowing. Oh, y'all, I'm loving this liner. My eyes are feeling, my eyes are burning. And I'm thinking it's just because I just washed off a look and now I'm doing another look. Because I've never had problems with the Star Wars palette. I've never had problems with Petite Tchoin. And I got my wings where when I smile, even though part of it goes into the crease, you can still see the orange. Y'all, oh my gosh. Is my face dry? Not dry enough. Okay. So we're going to put this over here. So also, when I, like I said, when I use a chapstick, I move it somewhere else. When I'm use a blush, I'm gonna put it somewhere else to make sure I'm rotating. I'm also putting my liners, the pencil liners for lower lash line somewhere else, and the gel liners I'm putting somewhere else, because we're using everything. We're gonna use every freaking thing. Excuse me, I do need to powder down. So, I'm not gonna wash this brush that I'm using for the Fashion Fair Set It Loose Powder and Truly Tawny. Woo, it's puffing up. And you know what? There's no paper towels in here, because I was gonna say I would just wrap the dirty brushes in a paper towel. And something told me bring another one of these, and I'm like, you know what? Stop packing more and more brushes. But I'm really thinking that I did, because like, say these brushes are not dry. I think it might be a little after midnight. Late checkout, because I need to switch rooms. She said the latest I can check out is 12:30. But I'm like, what if these brushes aren't dry? And because there's so many of them, I don't even think they would all fit in the Sigma shape and dry roll. That's the thing. But this one I'm not going to wash, because we're only going to be using it for this powder. This one we're not going to wash, because we're only going to be using it for the blush. This one we're not going to wash, because we're only going to be using it for Radiant Light. Ooh. This one we're not going to wash, because we're only going to be using it with this highlighter. And so I'm okay with not washing the some of these brushes, because we're going to be using it for the same thing with the same exact product. And it's a powder product. If it was a liquid, like definitely. If it was a cream, definitely. Because just the thought of it just sitting, I'm like, even though that foundation brush I used, that's the one I used earlier, and it was still damp. I did not use the same brush I used for primer, because when that brush dries, because of the primer, the bristles don't even want to bend. Like, it is really stiff. And so I am glad that I thought to bring a second one of those, because it came in handy already. So this is the bronzer. I'm just like, ooh, girl. We're not going to do anything to the rest of the face. Like, I'm just feeling it. And then I'll watch it back and be like, ew. My under eye is looking a little dark, but I don't know if it's because of the shadow or is it just dark? Because I can't, the lighting, I can't really tell. And even if I hold this up here, it's still dark. I can't. So I'm not sure. And I already powdered down the face. Let's just keep going. See, okay. The blush we picked at random, y'all, is Sahih Sky. Just like this one. We're gonna get a clean blush brush, not the one that we used earlier. And I did bring 3 of them, and I'm glad I did. So if neither one of these are dry, we still have one more clean one to use. And so we're gonna put on the Sahih Sky. Y'all, this goes deep. So I need to, nothing ever taps off. So we're just gonna do like pat, pat, and then come over here and then come back and kind of feather up and down, blend. Maybe I should have played with the mirror like that to see if it was falling under my face. Oh, Sahih Sky. But why does it not look like any back here? Like how this is, what is this? What? This is pretty. I tapped in the tip lightly because it looks like a patch right there. We're gonna come back and blend that. I pat it in because this looks like, is it the lighting or what? Like, I don't, but this right here is where that red thing is on my face. And so I don't know if that's affecting it. But then you would think it would just make it look darker, right? This is, okay, yeah, this is darker. But back here, it's looking light. Like this whole side looks blended. But this side, I'll play it back and be like, it's fine. But this, it's just, I don't know. And it is, the lighting in here is funky. Like when I look at myself, it looks bright. But like when I look everywhere else, it's just like. So we're going to take the highlighter. I'm going to take that same highlighter brush. We're going to put a Sahih Sky with the one we used earlier. Yo, I'm excited that we are really working through this. But granted, this is the first day that I'm here. And so things might fall apart quickly. We're going to see. My other thought was, if I'm not able to do looks in the morning, I know I can do, excuse me, get one done tomorrow morning because late checkout is 12:30. So I can get up and do one before Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's when I'll be running with someone. This is nice. Y'all, we're going to take Hourglass Radiant Light. And I'm going like this because the first thing we're going to do is put under eye in case it is dark. This will camouflage a little bit because Radiant Light adds radiance. So we're going to just put under the eye first. And then we're just going to go haphazard all over the place with the brush because the brush is going to go haphazard all over the face. Yes. And so whatever lines that I had, like over here, like this, these finishing powders, y'all, oh my gosh, these finishing powders with the House Labs blushes. I almost forgot mascara, the same one. I was gonna say, did we do lash line? Yeah, girl, we did. I'm trying to think of a lip. I have, oh, the black is in my purse. So we got 3 more lipsticks, and a lip gloss to use. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So something's going to get used twice. Sunday. So, I was thinking, if I'm not able to do videos in the morning, I'm like, okay, don't wear makeup and do the video at night. I don't know, but I do want to put on makeup. And then I thought, okay, what if I just do my base face when I get up? Because I don't do that on camera all the time anyway. And then like when we have breaks, you know, do the eye look. But some of the breaks were only, I don't know. Some of the breaks are 15 minutes in between the classes. But I may have longer breaks because I'm not co-facilitating or teaching every class. You know what I mean? But I don't really know exactly what my schedule is, because the way it's set up is even if you're not teaching a class or co-facilitating a class, you're still there with the other presenter. And so like if there's questions, you know, they get our input as well. And so even if you're not teaching, you're still there as support for the other person, and also for the students to get multiple perspectives if someone asks a question about something. And somebody always asks questions about stuff. But and I say that because for this academy, I was a student years ago, and my roommate as well. And so we went from students to teachers for the same academy. So that's really exciting. And I'm trying to think of what to do for lip. I want to, you know what, I'm going to do, excuse me for the noise. These are the lipstick applicators. I want to do a brown. I think a brown lip would look really nice with this eye look. I am really liking this eye look. And we're also going to take, okay, wait a minute. I thought I had out the Tchoin chocolate lip liner. This is a green Sephora eyeliner. So here's chocolate. If I just shook you, I apologize. Tchoin, because I had all the liners together, the lip liners and the eyeliner. So this is Tchoin chocolate chip lip liner from her Dose of Colors collab thing that she did. And I'm gonna put this on. I am digging this eye look. And maybe because I normally don't pair palettes, I think that'll be the way to go for me with Pat McGrath Quince. Because once I do one look with them, I'm kind of like, and also because it's not all the way my vibe. So it's like, what am I going to do with this? I know that's not thunder. Oh, you know what? We're near the airport. I'm like, what is that rumbling? Either a plane is taking off. I think it's about to take off. Because if it was landing, it would get more quiet. And this one's getting louder and louder, like it's revving up. I forgot where it was. I know I'm not home. But I was like, what's that noise? Yo, what the hell? Let me just do all of this. You know, for all of this, I can just put gloss on it instead of filling this in. You know, if I got distracted trying to figure out what that noise was and why. We don't need to completely fill this in because we're gonna put that liquid liner on top and it's dark, so that'll cover. So we're gonna put that over there. And this is what we're taking. This is black cherry. The other brownish one is this one, but no, we're gonna take this. This one I think may look better. This one is more neutral, more basic for the eye look versus the dark one. But y'all know I wanna do dark. We're gonna keep it super sensible. We're gonna do this one. This is number 54, Autumn Wind. I do wanna take the other one though. But we're gonna put this on. Yeah, the other one would have been a lot darker. and it may have even blended in. I'm going to go back in because this liner is kind of dry, and it felt like the lipstick was dragging. This is it, y'all. Let me know what you think of this look. And even though we're doing a lot, like these videos are a little bit shorter than when I'm home. I don't know why. Not by much though. I like this. I like this. And we're gonna put this somewhere else as well. We are getting through. Again, it's only the second look, the first day. So this is the look. Let me know what you think. I'm not gonna be doing shorts because when I was trying to adjust the tripod earlier, this tripod, it's not stable, even though it's the same one I have at home. And that's why I had just this one for shorts and reels, because when I kept changing it, the orientation, it just loosened up something that never got quite right again. So that's why I had the one for filming landscape, and then this one I would just keep for portrait, so I wouldn't have to keep changing it. And so we're not going to be doing shorts. I might have said that in the first look that we did with Nobody's Business, that I'll just do the flat lay. I didn't write out the flat lay stuff from earlier. I did take a picture though, so I'm gonna have to go through and copy and paste all that. But anyway, this is the look. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you think. I am hella excited. I think we did a great job pairing this little whore with the golden one. Who would have thunk it, right? But I'm loving it. So thank you for being here. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. Excuse me for the chair creaking. That is the crazy troll nation way, not the chair creaking. Was it creaking like this earlier? I'm sleepy. Welcome to the crazy. If you made it this far, thumbs up the video. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I checked my analytics again. Like, there's a lot of you that aren't subscribed, but you keep coming back, so just go ahead and subscribe. You don't necessarily have to click the notification bell to upload almost every day, so just go to the channel or you'll see me in your feed, or click notifications anyway, so that when I do a live stream, you will be notified of that, hopefully, because sometimes YouTube be trying to play those games. Anyway, we're really gonna go. Thank you, and you will see me soon.